I think adrenaline, excitement for finally coming back after 5 years. I don't know what he was thinking to open the fight. I don't know whose game plan this was to open the fight with a flying side kick or a roundhouse kick, whatever he threw. When you're dry, you know, it's just crazy to me the way the fight started and ended.
Figure out, hey, was Conor injured prior to the fight? You can say what you want about Conor. The thing he is not is a bamboozler. Because I've had a lot of people say, man, why would Conor do that? He came out like an idiot, jumped across the cage, threw a kick. Conor always does that. When I was training to fight him, I was expecting within the first 5 minutes some kind of spinning wheel kick, some type of flying knee, some type of flying Superman punch. He did the Superman punch against Cowboy Cerrone within the first 5 seconds. To those who say, why would he do that? Well, he did it because he always does that. I believe he wants to fight me. I believe he tried to fight me. I believe he wanted to fight me. I believe that's how the negotiations went. When it comes to the confines of competition, the dude would not do just show up and take a paycheck. He pulled out of the fight.
The injury, maybe that might be why he's not the intense, maniacal version of himself. And there's a moment here where he pulls up at octagon side and he has to take his trainers off. A lot of people have mentioned this. It's like there's a little hobble or a little whoop. Here we go. That immediately makes me worry. Just watch this one more time. It's like he doesn't want to put...
At the UFC and Conor were in on it to steal people's money.
He starts the fight with a lunging, jumping switch kick to the head on Max Holloway. Steps in, and remember, steps off of that bad leg, because there's a whole bunch of conspiracies about what this actually was. Steps in from that bad leg, jumps himself up off of his front one, and switches into a high kick attempt, which comes very close to landing on Max Holloway's face, by the way. Lands on this leg here. The fight's basically over, dude. It's over. It's done. Just like that. Just like that. Just a few seconds into the return we've all been waiting for.
There was a tear that was bad enough to not be able to win a fight, but that he was still able to pretend for a minute. Very possible. Fighters have done this for time, by the way. Hiding injuries. Now, this is his walkout, right? His face isn't giving, like, 5 years out of the octagon, can't wait to be back in there, like, ferocious, intense. It's quite casual for a Conor McGregor walkout, which is something we've never seen, in my opinion. I've never seen him look this, like, nonplussed about being back in the UFC. And again, there's no conclusive data there. That's when he throws it. He doesn't look 100% when he walks off there, when he stumbles back. So he throws the kick. Again, I know you'll be saying I'm reading a lot into this in the comments, but just look. Boom, and then it's like a little stumble back. Like, it's not conclusive proof that there was anything wrong, but it's not McGregor at 100% either. Like, that doesn't look great. And then the third time he throws it on the footage, boom, and then he walks away. So we don't actually see McGregor in full flow, like kick, kick, kick.
The medical reality of McGregor's injury is the surgical options that will likely determine the trajectory of his recovery, but comes with a 3 to 6 month recovery period that would push any return well into 2027.
Well, it likely does mean surgery. The difference is what type of surgery. So there's 2 ways to do surgery for a torn meniscus. The ideal way to do surgery for a torn meniscus, if you can salvage the tissue, is to actually repair the meniscus. So go in and actually take stitches and sew back the torn pieces of the tissue. That gives your knee the best chance of long-term having as close to normal biomechanics and stability as it can. In some cases, the meniscus tissue cannot be sewn back together. It's just not viable enough to take in those sutures and to heal well. And so in those cases, that's when they'll do a meniscus trim, also called a meniscectomy. And those are 2 very different recovery timelines. The meniscectomy, the meniscus trim surgery, you might be back doing sports in 4 to 6 weeks.
Adding to the business of McGregor's future, MMA Guru raises a quiet but pressing question. How do you sell a fighter's remaining bouts when the aura that once defined him has taken such a significant hit? Though he stopped short of declaring McGregor's drawing power dead.
By the way, I don't know how they're going to sell that, though. I don't know who's going to be interested in the next McGregor fight now. Because McGregor was the guy where no matter what, he showed up and you got a fucking scrap out of him in the main event, or at least a stunning finish. And now his last 2 fights, we've had injuries. I don't know if you can sell it again, man. Unless it's against Paddy. I don't know if you just run back the Holloway fight. There's conspiracies. There's people talking crazy. Dana White weighed in on it. There's smoke coming down around McGregor. His walkout, I've never seen him look more nervous in my life, by the way.
Turning to the conspiracy theories, Wade Fulham systematically debunks claims that McGregor was injured before the fight, analyzing the viral clips of his walkout and warm-ups that speculators had pointed to as evidence.
Listen to me when I say this. This is no conspiracy. Conor and the UFC did not conspire to scam you out of your money. Conor McGregor got hurt in front of everybody's eyes the first time he threw that jumping switch kick in the cage that night. That was when he got hurt. That's it. Point blank, period. Chris, you can say I'm wrong, but you have, and I mean less than zero proof that Conor was hurt before the was seen walking into, quote, Newport Pain Management Clinic. Just 4 days before UFC 329, he is seen limping on his right leg when walking in. Poor soul. Where's the limp?
Analyzing the mechanics of the injury, Wade points to the combination of age, inactivity, and explosive technique as the key factors that led to what he believes was a lateral meniscus tear, though he stopped short of offering a medical diagnosis. The physical toll of that kick on a 37-year-old body is something he makes clear was always a risk.
After the fight, he said, my head gasket is gone, destroyed, I had no injuries going into the fight. So again, I ask you, what excuse is he trying to make here? Genuinely, what excuse is he trying to make? He's telling you he had no injuries. Wouldn't the excuse be, hey guys, just so you know, yeah, didn't want to say it beforehand, I actually tore my meniscus or my ACL or my MCL before the fight, and I just wanted to get in there and give it a go, and I got a little overexcited, and it fully tore. You know what I'm saying? There is no excuse here. He comes out flat out and says it. Now y'all are calling Conor a liar, and I don't even know what's the point of, that's the thing. What would be the point of him lying about it? What would be the point of him saying, I had no injuries, so that he can scam everybody out of money?
Drawing on commentary from Dominic Cruz, he emphasizes that for many fighters, competing isn't just a career but a core part of their identity and even a way of coping with what's happening in their personal lives, which makes an abrupt ending like this one especially devastating to process.
He keeps saying he doesn't need to come back because he's got the money, right? But I disagree. I think the reason why he was coming back was to save his own life from the money, from the lifestyle that he's been living. I think that he's going to be facing that again. God's going to keep putting the same test in front of you until you choose different. Fighting wasn't going to pull you out. Fighting can't solve everything. And he's going to learn that because now he's got to face himself without this thing that really cures a lot of us. I mean, martial arts saved my life. I truly believe he came back to save his own life. And now he's back to where he started before he booked this fight.
Not talking about. We're all saying, should he come back? Shouldn't he come back? Conor has to, again, from the outside looking in, and I think Dominic is the one that says it perfectly, he has to find something to fill that void. Because fighting isn't forever. And like Dominic said, fighting doesn't cure everything. This is one of the hardest things for athletes.
MMA Guru points out that McGregor appeared to struggle even in his attempt to get back up after the injury, visibly favoring the leg and unable to put weight on it in the moments that followed. Medical staff on the scene reportedly indicated a potential ACL or meniscus tear based on the initial assessment, though a full diagnosis would likely require further imaging once he was able to be properly evaluated.
His leg is completely fucked. He's torn his ACL. They're saying it might be a meniscus tear, is what the doctor's saying. He scurries around like this. He gets back up. He looks to throw a head kick, and the guy fucking falls down on his leg yet again. His right leg just completely gives way. I don't know if a second titanium shin bone is gonna save this. Holloway's on top beating him up. McGregor's trying to throw up kicks. I'm thinking disaster has struck. He goes for a left hand on Holloway. And again, McGregor's down on his fucking knees. Oh! What a horrible result. And I say it again, even if you hate McGregor, dude, you didn't even get to see Max Holloway beat the shit out of him.
If the injury turns out to be legitimate, it could mentally break McGregor all over again, questioning how he could possibly redeem his standing after this outcome. He floats one narrow scenario where redemption might be possible, McGregor stepping in on short notice for a marquee fight if another fighter pulls out close to the date, but admits that's unlikely given how carefully McGregor's fights tend to be built and sold.
Return aura. And this won't even happen, because they won't do this based on how they set up a McGregor fight to be sold. But if we get a big matchup, and one of the fighters pulls out at the end of the year, or whenever McGregor's ready to go again, God knows how long it's going to be. If we get a big matchup and one of them pulls out with like 4 weeks to go, 5 weeks to go, and McGregor steps up on short notice, that's the only chance at an Aura redemption. An only chance at an Aura redemption.
That covers the full breakdown on what's next for both Conor McGregor and Max Holloway following this abrupt ending. Between the injury concerns surrounding McGregor's future and Holloway still chasing that definitive statement win, there's a lot left to unfold for both men. So we want to hear from you. What do you think comes next for each of them? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our continuing coverage. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.